So I'm a cyclist, a recreational cyclist, and I was having a beautiful Saturday morning ride in September, cruising along probably about 40 kilometers an hour when, unfortunately, a vehicle pulled out in front of me. And I struck the front of the vehicle and don't really remember much more after that. So it was really nice to be able to come to a local hospital, a community hospital, and be treated by some really excellent professional people. I'm extremely thankful to the community, the people involved, to everybody. People need care and people need urgent care, and it's best if they can get the urgent care within their community.
My family has called upon the emergency room here at Peace Arch Hospital on a number of occasions. With my problems I've had and cleared up here at Peace Arch ER, the building really could use a bigger space and a bigger area because we're a growing community.
I often come into the emergency and see people in the hallway, and I feel very sorry for them. I hate to see people crowded in the hallway and privacy compromised. There are too many patients for the facilities and resources. And really, we should call Code Blue and say, hey, this needs more resources, it needs more space, it needs more beds and equipment, it needs to be redesigned. In April 2011, I had my own Code Blue. I was brought here to Peace Arch Hospital with a very low hemoglobin. I was eventually diagnosed with a very aggressive lymphoma. I was given chemotherapy and some radiation, and eventually I was matched to a donor and got a bone marrow transplant. I considered myself a really lucky man.
Well, I was at the gym and had chest pain, and as a retired doctor, I realized that I was maybe in trouble. Stupidly drove myself to Peace Arch, immediately taken care of, and had quite wonderful care. It was particularly, I think, kind and compassionate. I thought all the staff were just nice people, and they went a little bit beyond. And I think this is a really good little community hospital, and it's severely overstretched. I was occupying the only bed that was monitored, and then I went on to occupy that for 3 whole days. So what would happen to someone else who came in with worse problems than I had?
So my wife Tara, when she had a kidney stone, she was put onto a gurney and she was in one of the back hallways. The main nurse that took care of her, we saw her at the Gala following that. And so we were able to see her and say hi and thank her. And she remembered. She went, "Oh, back hall 4," or whatever the stall was. It was just awesome, just because with all the patients, often they're here in the hospital, often at their worst, and the nurses are incredible. They're always at their best. I can only imagine what they would be able to do if they actually had proper equipment and space to perform their work.
My husband, Brant Arnold Smith, 51 years of age, was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer. We were married and he was the love of my life for 30 long, wonderful years. When he was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer, our physician told us, and one can't imagine being told that. I stayed with Brant and the physician for a while, and the physician left, and I spoke with Brant, and then I came out. I had to be strong for him, and when I came out, I fell to my knees, and the thing was that the nurses and the staff there were incredible. When you're told news like that, nobody can fathom what that's like until you're in that position. But it was amazing how the staff picked me up, and I'm not going to say made it all better. Nothing would have made it all better, but they were amazing. I'm very thankful for that. Beyond words, yes. And don't we know what Code Blue means? I've heard Code Blue a few times myself, and isn't it all about that beating heart? So from the first moment that you are brought into this world, that heart starts beating until you're with that person, until you hear that last heartbeat. Think about how much is that beating heart worth to you? That woman, that husband sitting beside you. I know it's priceless because my husband's heart was priceless, but when you kick off your shoes tonight, when you go home tonight and you're able to place that head on his or her beating heart, remember how much is that is that worth to you? I just plead for everybody, like I say, to help us in any way that they possibly can.